You're not broken, my friend. You're being hijacked. Every app, every ping, every scroll is designed to rip your focus apart and leave you frustrated, jumping between tasks and never making real progress. You think you lack willpower, but you're actually fighting billion-dollar algorithms designed to win. But the truth is, focus isn't about discipline. It's about defense. The most successful people aren't superhuman. They just protect their attention like it's their most valuable asset, because it is. So let me show you why you can't focus and how you can fix it with a few simple tweaks. Most people don't struggle because they're lazy. They struggle because their attention is all over the place. They want to focus, they try to stay on track, but their brain is constantly pulled in 10 different directions. You wake up thinking, today, I'll finally get things done. But somehow, the day ends and nothing important is finished. You answered messages, scrolled a bit, watched a few videos, maybe even opened your to-do list. But the real work, it didn't happen. This is what's actually happening. You're stuck in reaction mode. You're not choosing what to focus on. You're just responding to whatever pops up. Notifications, emails, random thoughts. It feels like you're working, but you're just spinning your wheels. Research shows that people who multitask a lot actually get worse at filtering distractions. They lose the ability to tell what matters from what's just noise. That's terrifying, because when you can't tell urgent from unimportant, you waste time on the wrong stuff. You stay busy, but you don't move forward. If you want to fix this, you don't need a fancy app or a productivity hack. You just need to protect your attention. That means turning off distractions, doing one thing at a time, and giving your full focus to what actually matters. It sounds simple, but most people never do it. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger the more you train it. My friend, here's what I used to call being productive. Laptop open, phone buzzing, Slack notifications, replying to messages, music on, maybe even eating, all while trying to work. I used to answer messages, jump between tasks, and feel super busy. I thought multitasking made me productive, but I wasn't getting anything important done. In fact, multitasking is fake. Your brain can't actually do multiple things at once. It just switches between tasks really fast, and every switch costs you time and energy. Every time you jump from one thing to another, your brain needs a moment to basically reboot. That pause is so quick you barely notice it, but it adds up fast. It's like trying to have 3 conversations at once. You're not really listening to any of them. You think you're being efficient, but you're just scattered. The people who get stuff done aren't better at multitasking. They're better at focusing on one thing until it's finished. That's the difference between feeling busy and actually being productive. Let me tell you, most of us spend more time pretending to be productive than actually getting things done. We build fancy to-do lists, set up new apps, color code everything, and then waste hours scrolling or watching shows as a reward for work we didn't really do. This is called productivity theater. It looks like progress, but nothing really moves forward. You feel tired, stressed, and guilty, even though you've barely made real progress. You convince yourself it was a break you earned, but deep down, you know it wasn't. My friend, being busy isn't the same as being effective, and without focus, no system in the world will fix that. The moment everything changed was honestly pretty pathetic. It's 3 a.m. on a Thursday. I'm lying in bed scrolling TikTok, eating cereal straight from the box, like some kind of sad nocturnal creature. And I had this moment, this sharp, brutal moment of clarity. I looked at myself and thought, is this it? Is this who I am now? A 25-year-old with all these big plans but zero follow-through, distracted by every notification, anxious about everything, covered in Lucky Charms dust and regret. People say you overestimate what you can do in a week and underestimate what you can do in a year. But I wasn't even getting the 1-year part right because I couldn't focus for 1 hour. I kept showing up tired and distracted for the things that actually mattered. It felt like a waste. So right then, sitting in a mess of cereal and regret, I made a choice. I'm going to train my focus like an athlete training for the Olympics. It wasn't the most glamorous wake-up call, but it was real. That was the moment I knew something had to change. We all have those moments where it finally clicks that change is non-negotiable. When that happened for you, did you just strip things away, or did you fill that space with something better? Comment below. Your insight could be the thing that sparks someone else's breakthrough. My friend, there was this time when I finally got tired of being stuck, so I made a choice. I would treat my focus like a weak muscle that needed training. Not some quick fix or fancy trick. Real recovery. I called it my attention recovery program. Think of it like going to the gym after sitting on the couch for years. It wasn't easy at first, but it worked. Let me show you what I did. Rule number 1, the phone prison. If you want to focus, start by dealing with the number 1 distraction, your phone. Treat it like it's dangerous. During deep work hours, put it away, far away, in a drawer, across the room, even in your car if you need to. I used to check mine without thinking, literally hundreds of times a day. But once I started locking it away, I slowly broke the habit. You can't trust willpower alone. If it's near you, you'll check it. The goal is to create space between you and distraction. That space gives you clarity. You don't have to quit your phone forever, just learn to control when and how you use it. Rule number 2, one thing at a time. You don't owe everyone access to your brain 24/7. You're not customer service for every random thought people throw your way. Turn on Do Not Disturb and protect your focus time like a bouncer guarding an exclusive club. That one text about lunch plans, it might seem small, but it totally derails your flow. Little distractions add up, and before you know it, your whole groove is gone. And the worst part, it takes way longer to get back into focus than it did to lose it. Studies say it can take over 20 minutes to fully refocus after even a short interruption. That's not just a small detour, it's a full-on productivity crash. So treat your focus like it's expensive, because it is. Rule number 3, the 20-minute rule. Don't hype yourself up by saying, I'm gonna build my whole business today. That's how you overwhelm yourself before you even begin. Instead, say something like, I'm just gonna open my laptop and write one awful sentence about my business idea. And that's already a win. Make your first step so easy, you'd feel silly not doing it. The hardest part is just starting. Once you're moving, everything gets easier, like pushing a heavy cart. It's tough at first, but once it rolls, it practically moves itself. Don't wait for motivation. Start tiny, then ride the momentum. Momentum is everything. Rule number 4, clear your mind by writing things down. Trying to keep everything in your head only creates stress. You're constantly juggling thoughts like, don't forget that email, or I need to buy groceries, or what was I supposed to finish today? Start writing things down, everything. To-do lists, random ideas, groceries, tasks, whatever's on your mind. When you cross something off, it gives your brain this little win. And here's the cool part. Research shows that you're 42% more likely to reach your goals just by writing them down. It's a simple habit that makes a big difference and helps you focus on what actually matters. By the way, if you're vibing with the videos, you'll love my newsletter. I share personal growth tips, behind-the-scenes thoughts, and stuff I don't share anywhere else. If you feel like it, check out the link below and join me on Substack. Would love to see you there. You've probably heard a lot of tips by now, but here's the part most people skip. It's the one thing that actually makes all the other tips work. Be okay with discomfort. That feeling of boredom, restlessness, or frustration. Most of us try to escape it right away. We grab our phones, open social media, check messages. We've trained ourselves to avoid even a few quiet moments. But real focus begins right there, in the uncomfortable moments you usually run from. Most people think, if this feels hard, I must be doing something wrong. But that's not true. Feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're growing. Just like how your muscles feel sore after a workout, it's a sign of progress. And yes, it's going to feel strange at first. You'll want to give up. You'll search for something, anything, to escape. You might tell yourself you need to check something important, or that you're too tired today. But if you can just sit with that feeling a bit longer than usual, that's when real change starts. In fact, studies show that people who can handle boredom longer are better at focusing and solving difficult problems. That uncomfortable feeling, it's your brain learning how to push through. And yes, you'll mess up sometimes. That's normal. What is that you keep trying, keep showing up, keep practicing. Because on the other side of that discomfort is the version of you who doesn't just plan things, he actually finishes them, who can sit still, focus, and feel in control again. This isn't about waking up at 4 a.m. or becoming perfect. It's about being honest with yourself. What if you actually finished what you started? Imagine being someone who follows through, not just for others, but for yourself. Someone who doesn't just plan, but does. That person isn't far away. What would your life look like if you actually finished the stuff you started? Imagine being the kind of person who follows through, not just for others, but for yourself. Someone who doesn't just plan things, but does them. That version of you isn't far away. You don't need expensive courses or magic systems. Just treat your focus like a muscle that gets stronger with practice. It won't be easy at first. It won't happen overnight. But the more you work at it, the stronger it gets. One day, you'll sit down to work and actually work. No distractions pulling you everywhere. People will notice the change. They'll ask what happened. Your answer will be simple. You stopped being scattered and started being intentional. The difference between who you are now and who you could be isn't some huge gap. It's just consistency. It's choosing to focus again and again until it becomes natural. You already have everything you need. You just need to use it. This is where things start to change. This next part is the glue that holds everything together. The next part is what really makes all of this stick. It's the shift that turns focus into something sustainable. It's about leaning into something most people spend their whole lives trying to avoid. Here's your task, coming from someone who went from totally scattered to fully focused. Step 1, right now, seriously, right now, put your phone in another room. Not in your pocket, not face down on the desk, out of sight. Your brain needs to get the message. We're done playing games. Every buzz and ding is pulling your attention like a magnet, and it's time to break that grip. Step 2, drink some water. Not because you're thirsty, but because chances are you're running on caffeine, stress, and vibes. Your body and brain work better when they're actually hydrated. One glass won't change your life, but it's a start, and starts matter. Step 3, pick one thing from your to-do list. Just one. You know which one? It's been sitting there staring at you like that old leftover sandwich in the back of the fridge. The one you keep avoiding. Don't stress about finishing it today. Just start. Open the document. Write the first sentence. Send the first email. Touch it. That's how momentum begins, with the smallest move in the right direction. Starting is magic. Once you move, those racing thoughts quiet down. Your brain stops looking for distractions when it has something real to focus on. When your mind wants to reorganize your bookmarks or research random topics, just say not now. Don't fight it, acknowledge it, and redirect. This is your comeback story. No dramatic music, no cheering crowd, just you doing work when nobody's watching. That's where real confidence comes from, showing up for yourself consistently. Do this daily, even for 20 minutes, and people notice. They'll ask what changed. You'll shrug and say, I trained my focus. No expensive courses, no magic apps, no 5 a.m. wake-up calls, just deciding to stop being scattered and start being intentional. The gap between who you are now and who you could be isn't huge. It's just consistency. It's choosing focus over distraction again and again until it becomes automatic. Your scattered self got you this far. Your focused self will take you everywhere else. If you found this video helpful, this next video right here will take you even further. Your choice, your life. Start now.